The alleys of Silverlight Town were usually quiet at twilight. Lanterns glowed like sleepy stars, their golden haze softening the blue-violet evening. Between the whispers of wind and the faint hum of crickets, the streets seemed to carry stories no one dared to tell. On one such evening, Serafina, a graceful white cat with long silver hair, walked alone. She wore a delicate pink lace dress that swayed with each step, as though she carried pieces of dawn with her into the night. Her sapphire blue eyes often appeared dreamy, but tonight, they were clouded with something deeper, an unspoken sadness. As she passed the narrow alley by the baker's old shop, her eyes caught a small, trembling figure near the garbage bins. At first she thought it might be a stray bundle of cloth, but then it moved, ears twitching, paws drawn close to its chest. It was a rabbit, fragile and dirty, its once white fur dulled by dust. His beige t-shirt was torn at the seams, and his little body shivered, not just from cold but from fear. Serafina's steps slowed. She knew that look, the mixture of exhaustion and timid hope, the way someone gazes at the world when they no longer expect kindness, but still wish for it. She bent down gently, her lace dress brushing against the cobblestones, and whispered softly, "Oh, little one." The rabbit flinched at her voice, ears trembling violently. Yet when he raised his eyes, he found not scorn but concern shining in hers. That fragile thread of trust pulled him closer without words. Serafina stretched out her arms, and with all the care of lifting something sacred, she picked him up. His paws clutched at his chest, as if afraid he might crumble if he let go. But the warmth of her hands, the softness of her embrace, began to melt the frost that had long surrounded his tiny heart. "I've got you," she murmured, her smile tinged with sadness. "You are not alone anymore." Those words wrapped around him like a blanket. For the first time in a long while, the rabbit allowed himself to lean into someone's touch. His ears, though still trembling, relaxed against her shoulder. The alley around them, once dark and filled with trash, seemed to shift. Fireflies rose from the shadows, glowing like tiny lanterns of hope. A soft sparkle shimmered in the air, as though the universe itself was promising them both that brighter days were ahead. Serafina knew nothing yet of who he was, or where he had come from. She didn't know how long he had wandered hungry and alone. But she didn't need to know. What mattered was the promise in her heart, a promise she silently made as she held him close, that she would walk beside him, care for him, and show him the happiness he had long been denied. And as they stepped out of the alley together, the lanterns above seemed to glow a little warmer, the air a little sweeter. Two lonely souls had found each other, and in that moment, the world was no longer a place of abandonment but of beginnings. For sometimes,